Hello! After 6 months, Bethesda Frankel Estate Church is reopening our premises for worship services from Sunday, the 4th of October. Now, even though the government has just announced allowance for up to 100, we will start with one service in English for 50 at 9 a.m. Eventually, we may increase the number if we are able to fulfill all the conditions set. We also hope to open up more services, for example, the Chinese ministry service, which for the moment will continue online. Now, this service for 50 will be live streamed from our sanctuary each Sunday at 9 a.m. In this announcement, I hope to walk you through what this means for those gathering physically, for those gathering online still, who should register, and how to register. I trust you will bear with me. Now, what will it look like when we return for service? Let me unpack what that means for us every week from the 4th of October. First, before you come, do ensure you are not feeling unwell or have a fever or have recently traveled overseas in the last 14 days. Now, as is standard practice, these days, when you arrive, you need to have your temperature taken and the safe entry protocol done. Now, we must also observe safe distancing measures. Now, we will need to come wearing our masks at all times. We will be seated 1 meter apart from each other throughout the service, whether we come alone or with others. Now, after service, the refreshments are not allowed, so all worshippers should leave immediately after the service. No mingling before, during, or after service in our church premises. Because live singing is still not permitted even in a group of 50, we will pre-record the leading of worship songs separately on Saturday. Now, these songs will be played as a video during the service, but the rest of the service elements, the welcome, the Lord's Supper, the offering, the announcements, and the sermon will be conducted live as far as possible from Frankel on Sunday. For the Lord's Supper, we will issue you the emblems after you have done your temperature screening and safe entry registration as you arrive. Now, for the offering, apart from giving online, which we still encourage, we have made an offering boxes for the general admissions funds. These will be placed at the back of the hall for you to place your offerings after the service. Now, worshipping as a church together at 9 a.m. Now, what does it mean for those worshipping from home? This means that from 4th October, those worshipping from home will get to join in together with those gathered physically online from 9 a.m. So those of us who have been used to accessing the service at 8 a.m. or 10 a.m., you now come online at 9 a.m. as well. On a technical note, we advise you to log in before 9 a.m., say 10 minutes earlier, so that you can connect to the live stream and not miss the start. Now, even as we make all these adjustments, I think it is very meaningful to worship as one church together at 9 a.m. Now, who should attend? As mentioned, the physical gathering for attendees is open to all. However, if more than 50 register, we seek your understanding that priority will be given to those with difficulty accessing our online services. Well, my advice to you is this: since we won't know who is registering, you don't start off by saying, I think I'll let others go first. You just register. Now, this will also help us know if we should increase the number eventually. How to register? Registration helps us ensure every seat is accounted for. We don't want a situation where more than 50 turn up and some need to be turned away. Now, here's the registration link at the bottom of the screen. When you get in using this link, you'll see what I'm about to tell you. So just pay attention. First, that registration will be open from Sunday 12 noon to Friday 12 noon weekly. Registration is on a week-to-week basis, so advanced bookings will not be received. This helps us account for every seat every week. Now, as you go online to register, you may reserve up to 5 seats per registration. Then the name of each attendee is required. Now, look out for the email confirmation for every successful registration. If you find you subsequently are not able to make it for service, maybe you suddenly fell ill, please release your seats at least 24 hours before the start of service so that others on the wait list can attend. The hotline. Contact the church office at this number 644-81-800 during office hours for assistance with registration, for confirmation on your registration if you did not receive email confirmation, for help to cancel your registration should that occur. Now, if all 50 seats are taken up, you may want to put your name on the waiting list so that we can notify you if seats suddenly become available. Church, thank you for your patience. Gathering together to worship God is biblical and spiritually significant, despite the restrictions. It shows us what being church is, for we do not follow Christ in isolation, but in community, whether we're gathering online for a season or physically now that we are allowed to do so. After 6 months, some of us might be tempted to behave in consumeristic preference or convenience. Rather, we ought to consider one another, spurring one another, the body of Christ, for whom He sacrificially died. So let's be praying for one another as we all make preparations. I really look forward to this reopening, as do your elders. I sincerely know you do too. God bless.